Okay, this was where we left the action. I just managed to survive this encounter with the blaze and got my blaze rod that I was after. And then I went running down here and not knowing quite what I was after in this fortress. And really I don't need anything else. I think I've got everything I need from the nether. And I ran into these two new friends. But I decided I really don't need to be here at all, so let's jump and arrive back in the overworld. Okay. Back out here, I now have got five items off the collection, and I can make the 6th, and probably the 7th if I get some redstone, and then, whoops, I'm really making a mess of that, aren't I? Yes, the other thing I need is lots of iron to be able to make the chains. So let's make a start on going underground, and I'll need some coal to cook it up. I also need some coal to light my way because we haven't got revealing this week. And so, right, okay, that little cave went nowhere fast, so I think we'd better go straight downwards. We can always risk losing one life going straight down as fast as we can. But as it happens, I've not died and I've not found anything either. So I want iron. So a high up cave like this is perfectly fine. And what do I find? Yes, seems like a ravine, and there's a friendly skeleton waiting to talk to me from over there. The outside. Alright. Come here and let me explode you. Oh. It's interesting the way these spells will just catch onto a wall right near you. Oh, there is some iron up there though. That's good. Inventory getting very full already. Ah. Sounds like the skeleton has walked into the fire that I've laid down. Probably. Or lava. He may have decided to strike. No, I can see where his bones have dropped. He just walked into my fire. Good lad. Okay, I need to check how you make a chain. Okay. But one thing I never managed to do throughout this whole thing is work out how much iron I need to get in total in order to make the 64 chains. I think, in retrospect, it's about 80. You need the 64, and then you need some more, which I'll split up into 9 nuggets, and you can use those to make each end of the chain. Right, I'm going to try and get out into this ravine. If it kills me, I've teetered on the edge for far too long. So, pick up my belongings. You gonna do this? Okay, off we go. A crazy flight. Yeah, that's one thing when you choose axolotls. When you choose fire running as your means of flying across places. Look, I've done my usual and found some diamonds down there. Don't need them. Don't need them at all. Yes, it's a quite uncontrollable method of flying short distances. It's really quite crazy. I mean, it's not completely uncontrollable, but it's yeah, you certainly have a few hairy experiences trying to get across near lava and near terrible drops. Okay, lava is good for garbage disposal. Oh, two axolotls playing. There's a creeper that I can dispose of from a distance. Good. Oh, and his irate neighbour. I've managed to set fire to him by flinging him into my own flames. But he came back and insisted on exploding. Right, more iron. That's good. I'm gradually building up the quantities that I'm going to need, but it's still nowhere near enough. I'm up to 25 and I've got a few ingots. So I've got the raw iron. There's at least three groups of iron right at this end of the ravine. What do you call a group of an ore? Is it an outcrop? Is it a seam? Right. So, what's my quantities getting up to now? Am I going to check? It's not going to be enough yet, but it might be good enough. There we go, 43. So I can certainly make a fair few. Well, there's even more around here. There's a fair few of the chain links that I can make. Right. Sit and take stock for a moment. It's nice that there's not been so many mobs. There's just those two creepers as I arrived in the ravine. Okay, this next section I've speeded it up even more. Because it's a bit where I sat down very quietly to make the chains, make as many chains as I'm allowed to, and make as many chains as I've got raw materials to make. And I need to do some cooking, some serious cooking, so maybe, yes, a blast furnace will help, although there's a trade-off. Because to make a blast furnace, you need 5 of your precious iron ingots, and yeah, okay, and that's in exchange for being able to cook the remaining iron much faster. But I've decided to go ahead and do it anyway. Of course, the really good thing would have been to steal a blast furnace or 2 from a village. Then I could have got my cooking done really fast. But here we go. Let's spread out the iron ore. Well, it's raw iron nowadays, isn't it? Have to get used to these new terms for everything. And then again in 1.18, everything's all going to change again. Hopefully not this part of it. But I've got so many new things to remember. Okay. So that's all the iron, and now I'm quite deep down anyway, so let's see if I can go even deeper and maybe find some redstone. Or even more iron. That would be good. I'm a bit worried about things arriving on my head though. Okay. There, even at this level we can find copper. Now that's one thing that's completely going to change in 1.18 is what level you have to dig at to find everything. We've all learned the old places and now we've got to learn things all over again, which is a good thing really. I like the idea that you can't stagnate and just remember things from 10 years ago and they'll always be true. It's nice that you have to complete your education. Right, what's going on around here? Have I found any yet? I think I'm mainly avoiding all the blocks that have dropped. because my inventory is now completely full. Look, more iron. You need more iron. Yeah, every time you find iron, look, more diamonds as well. It just throws diamonds at you whenever you don't need them at all. It'll throw diamonds at you. Ah, but it's hiding some redstone. Oops, I'd forgotten about that. If your inventory is completely full and you do telekinesis, it just drops the blocks instead of giving them to you. There we go. That's all the redstone I need. So I should be able to sit down, make my piston. Oh, I've forgotten how you make a piston. There you go. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my 7th. There's my redstone lantern. So now that is... Oh, I need that bucket changing into a bucket of lava. And I need to complete the chains. Because that... I wish I'd worked out how you make multiple of these. Because this is painful to watch. Me doing them one by one. Apparently, I worked out later on, if you hold down shift when you're clicking in the little green recipe book, then it will tell you how many you can make. Right. Okay, so we know what I've got to do now. I have to get lots of iron. Now I've decided that I'm going to do that by going to the magic realm, so I might as well just die here unless I see some more iron like I just did then. Look at all the redstone that is now being shown to me. Okay, so I can pick up my lava. That's my lava bucket. Now literally all I need now is iron to make the chains, remaining chains. Trying to explode myself. No, it's not working. Please, Mr. Spider, can you kill me quickly? Well, maybe not that quickly, but it was good enough. So I'm sitting on top of a tree trying to look at an Enderman. That would be very nice, wouldn't it? Just get yourself killed by an Enderman right at spawn, so he's going to be there when you respawn. Okay, look. Yes. We've already worked this out. It's just the chains. You've got everything else. Yes. Stop looking at it again and again. Okay. So, where am I going to get lots? I think one thing that was occurring to me now was the idea that maybe there are some structures or places where you can find chains already made. Oh, I flew right past the dragon there. Ha! One flying creature meets another. Now, here's a thought. I think you can find chains in abandoned mines, but not this kind of abandoned mine. It's the kind where there's a wooden platform, and now, probably since 1.16 or 1.17, those platforms are held up by chains. So I've got this feeling that I've already seen that kind of structure, but completely ignored it. Whoops, we're back to the ruins. So let's run around the ruins. Ouch. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm wasting time. I'm thinking, is there a way I can find these more easily? But it's not coming to me. So perhaps we ought to go for the more obvious way and go to the magic realm, and then look. Well, it's the metalworks would be the place, the obvious place. But another thought has crossed my mind. Wasn't there a bastion? And don't you find chains in bastions? But I'm really not sure. So this is probably more wasted time. Why don't you check in the chest? There might be some iron in there. If there was a chest. I don't know why I do what I do sometimes. But anyway. Right. Probably... Ouch! Let's just jump into the middle of all these mobs. And I think I'm actually going for the metalworks now. But not really. I'm heading off at an angle to it. The metalworks is over there. Look, you can see it. Okay. So, time to roll up my sleeves and actually do some of the job of getting the iron, because everything I've done for the last few minutes has been pointless. I've not been getting anything. There's always a problem, isn't there, with in the metalworks? The caves don't seem to be there, obvious and exposed for you. Notice again that there are absolutely no blazes spawning in here. Not that I need it anymore, but yeah. The metalworks, I think the blazes only ever spawn when you don't want them in the metalworks. Okay, we're underground. And the first thing that crosses my mind is you're going to go into magma blocks. So don't dig straight down because you'll hurt your feet. There we are. We've found some magma blocks. And obsidian. What I really need is a cave, and that's where having the revealing and mining, it would be really useful, because I would have been able to search for iron ore. Okay, we need a little bit more cooking up. I've also got 28 iron ingots already here, so surely I can make a few. There we go. You can do more than that, can't you? There we go. Right. That's this. It could be very, very painful. I had to type in the word chains so many times. And if only I'd hit upon the idea that you can hold shift down and it'll tell you how many you can make, I wouldn't have had to do this. Ouch. Let's go round and round and round. I've only got to do this another 13 or so times. And even then, I've not even got up to halfway through this. I think what I was thinking about all the time I was doing this was, am I sure that Ed really wanted us to just do this the boring way, you know, and sort of grab as much iron as you can and make the chains? Wasn't it better to find chains somewhere? You know, it just kept crossing my mind. I'm still not sure. I think possibly Ed did want us to just get make the chains like I am doing, but to be a bit smarter at crafting than I'm being. Okay, so that little cooking and crafting section over and done with. I'm going deeper. I don't think you can find blocks of iron, can you, in the metalworks? That would be certainly handy. There's a cave. We're down at the level where you get those big blocks of copper. Now it would be really nice if there were big blocks of iron as well, because I could turn that all into iron ingots. Big clear out. So much of this that you don't need anymore. It did keep pressing against my brain that I've now got diamonds. Is there a point in making perhaps a diamond pick just to be able to go through the rock quicker? But I never really got round to it. The idea of making the diamonds into armour doesn't appeal really, because It's not like I'm in a place where I'm fighting anything, so why would you want armour? Okay. Deeper and deeper. Can I hear anything? Is that a... I'm trying to work out whether there's a good cave worth breaking out into. Ooh, found a little bit of iron, always handy. Ah, there is lava. Definitely lava. Now, if I can break out into a kind of lava-flooded cave, that would be definitely a good thing. I feel like I'm doing the general clear out of my inventory every couple of minutes at this point. Yes, you've got to not be afraid to throw away even those things that you thought were the central point of your collection. You don't need them anymore. Just throw. They've outlived their worthfulness. There we go. There's a new word. Worthfulness. Look, you see, there's that block of netherite over there. If you get blocks of copper, blocks of netherite, why not blocks of iron? Okay, well, the lava seems to be flowing down from a cave that's up above me. I think I've stopped at this moment to just take stock, read my collection list. Or maybe someone was talking to me, I don't know. Right, here we are. We have caves. Caves are good. Ooh. Caves are also scary. And especially when you've run out of torches. So I'll shoot some fire around in the hope that that will not only light places up, but also might keep the mobs away from me, because they don't like walking through fire, do they? Or do they? Some of them are quite happy to. Okay, you've got a little bit more. Doesn't seem to be anything much around here though. Oh, more iron in here. Good. It's getting quite dark, isn't it? With me not having the means of lighting anything up. But I've run into a good little place with some iron in it. A little bit worried about the mobs coming in from beside me. But I really should have... Yeah, I've got another 21. Now Look, there's some rails. There must be a mine shaft here, because which I haven't really even noticed yet, because there was a piece of railway track. Aha! And now we've got wood above our heads, and that is... Oh, and those spiders could be poison spiders. This is all rather scary at this moment. You found a mine shaft with spiders in the magic realm, and here's a creeper walking towards you. Go away and explode somewhere of your own. Right, I need to get out of here. Get somewhere a little safer. Okay, right, we've got a nice lit place down below where there's lava and magma. So if I pop down here, we shouldn't have had quite so many mobs spawning right down here. Okay. This is speeded up even more because all I'm doing is very quietly and calmly cooking everything, cooking all of the iron that I've collected. hoping that this is enough and I can finish it all now, but for some reason my brain had lost its power of mathematics and I just couldn't work out how much iron I needed in total to finish the job off. I was just doing it by trial and error. I think at some point here, I suddenly did it. I suddenly worked out how to hold down shift. And I realised that I'm only 3 away. So I can finish it now. And it was an hour 22:25. So quite lengthy, but yes, we did it. We did it. I guess all of the ones in November are going to be lengthy because of all the extra travelling required. But next week, it's December and something entirely different coming up. Bye-bye.